It's AR the Equalizer, the data scientist of boxing, spinning the block for another breakdown. Let's get into it. In this video, we are covering the Canelo Alvarez, the Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Lions Only Twin Charlo. Lions Only Twin Charlo, the 154 pounder undisputed champion. Undisputed champion, right? Yeah, the undisputed champ versus the undisputed champ at 168 and Saul Canelo Alvarez. Yes, sir. Act like you know. Before I say anything else, please smash the like button. Please smash the like, for it does help with the algorithm. If you're here, if you are interested in what I'm speaking about, please smash the like button. Let's get those likes up, man. Let's get the conversation rolling. In this segment, this is called the Skill to Skill segment for the AR the Equalizer channel, for the AR the Equalizer brand. This is the Skill to Skill segment where we focus on specific skill components of each fighter, and we put them up side by side to see who's more skilled at what, using the proprietary AR the Equalizer overall skill set rating metric system. If you guys don't know, this is an all-time rating scale metric that I use, for I'm not just comparing Canelo and Charlo to active fighters. I'm comparing them to everybody who's laced up the gloves, from the best of the best to the worst of the worst, from the amateurs all the way up to the Hall of Fame greats. I'm comparing it all regardless of weight class. I'm comparing it all. Some have said, oh man, you don't understand the true meaning of the pound for pound rating, the pound for pound list. I do understand the true meaning of the pound for pound list. The pound for pound list was created to exclude heavyweights because for so long heavyweights dominated the sport. And if you were to create a pound for pound list, your top 10, it probably would be all heavyweights, which overshadowed the guys in the smaller weight classes. So that's why heavyweights were excluded. But in my book, and that's what some boxing writer had came up with, probably Nat Fleischer, right? Nat Fleischer, the creator of the Ring magazine, that guy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they came up with that stuff. People who probably never boxed before. You know what I mean? They know so much about the business of it, but they never laced them up themselves. You know what I mean? I'm one who's laced them up. I'm active in the sport. You feel what I'm saying? I'm active. So yes, I'm judging based off of skill. That's my definition of pound for pound. Regardless of weight class, we measuring skill for real. We're not measuring weight class to weight class and, oh, he's a bantamweight, so I'm gonna just compare him to bantamweights. No, because who did NOA, right? Just did a video on NOA. Though he's at super bantam right now, about to fight Stephen Fulton. Though he's at super bantamweight right now, he won't be there long. So why would I compare him to just bantamweights? I need to compare him to all weight classes, all boxers of all weight classes. Not saying that he'll ever move up to a middleweight or a super middleweight, a light heavyweight. A bantamweight has no reason to move up that high. You know what I'm saying? But why not compare the bantamweight to a heavyweight or a light heavyweight in every department? Not just punching power, but head movement, foot speed, all of that, because there's some things that a bantamweight would excel in over a heavyweight, light heavyweight, super middleweight, cruiserweight, middleweight. so on and so forth. And the other, you know what I mean? We know the heavier weight classes have the heavier hands. They're the stronger guys. And the smaller fleet weight classes, they're faster on their feet. You know what I mean? They probably have a little bit more endurance, a little bit more stamina, throw more punches, probably got a higher punch resistance. You know what I mean? For considering their weight. So yeah, man, that said, this rating system is an all-time metric rating system. A lot don't understand. A lot of us, are catching up. Some are catching on and some are, getting it and respecting, like, all right, the guy's just not talking out the side of his head. Like, he really has a purpose in what he's saying. Like, he's really on to something. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to disrupt and break the mold of how we think of pound for pound, how we measure skill. I'm breaking that mold. You know what I mean? And I believe that I will be successful at it. Just got to keep at it. Just got to keep my foot on the gas pedal. Just got to keep it moving. And I need for y'all to keep spreading the word, keep sharing the content, and liking these videos, man. Come on, tap in. We got Jermell Charlo versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. Come on, man. Potential fight of the year. Behind Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Bud Crawford. Potentially competing with that. But let's break down the skills, right? We're not going to break down the strategy execution and what Jermell Charlo needs to do to win or what Canelo Alvarez needs to do to win. We're just going to break down the skill. And if you all are familiar with the video, the overall skill set video that I've done on Saul Canelo Alvarez, I have him rated overall at a 92.19% rating, right? And he's like the fourth or maybe the third guy that I've rated at a 92 overall skill set. And ironically, well, maybe he's the fourth. Well, Jermell Charlo, he will make the fourth because I got him rated at, guess what? 91.96% overall skill set, which if you round that 96 to the nearest 10, you get 92%. So that's pretty close. That's only about a 25 basis point, a 0.25 basis point marginal difference. I mean, these guys are pretty close. Even right now, even at this point of Canelo Alvarez's career, you feel me? He's on his last legs, which is why I believe that he's even fighting Jermell Charlo. You know what I mean? But he'll be in for a rude awakening at how good Jermell Charlo is. And I'm pretty sure Canelo, he's aware of that because the guy's undisputed. You know what I mean? Canelo is well aware of what Jermell Charlo does and what Jermell Charlo brings to the table. But what gives Canelo confidence is that he's coming in as the heavier guy, as the guy who's went up as high as light heavyweight 175 to challenge himself, right? To challenge himself to take Sergey Kovalev's belt and to spin a block, go back up and face a Dmitry Bivol, in which he didn't get knocked out. He didn't get stopped. He went the full 12 rounds, in which before the fight, I had Canelo winning. But as my guy Contender Regime would say, shout out Contender Regime, I see you, baby. As my guy Contender Regime would say, he said that I was a cherry pick going wrong. That man said that Canelo fighting Dmitry Bivol was a cherry pick gone wrong. And I don't know what the mind of Canelo is, man, when he's matchmaking himself, because he's his own matchmaker. He's his own promoter, if you all didn't know. Since parting ways with the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, he's been promoting himself and matching himself, picking his own fights. Something similar to what a Mayweather had did when he parted ways from Bob Arum. You know what I mean? Start matching him own self. And with this right here against Jermell Charlo, I wouldn't call it a cherry pick going wrong. because Canelo is, I mean, you can't cherry pick an undisputed champion, but the guy is 2 weight classes lower than Mr. Canelo Alvarez. You know, Canelo hasn't been down to 154 since, you know, the Floyd Mayweather fight. You know what I'm saying? And, well, after that, Austin Trout. I mean, he hasn't been to 54 in a long time. It's been about 7-8 years. You know what I'm saying? It's been about 7-8 years since Canelo has been down to 54. You know, so the last time he's felt the 54's punch, a guy at 154's punch, it's been over 7 years. It's a long time. Jermell Charlo has campaigned at 54 his whole career. So this massive weight jump, it plays to Canelo's advantage. But being it's an oxymoron because Jermell Charlo can easily fight at 160. And if he can easily fight at 160, I'm quite confident that he could fill out at 168. It's just a massive jump right now against still a legend. I call Canelo a legend in Canelo. You know what I mean? Old dog, same tricks. You know what I mean? Like Canelo, he's a little older now, but let's not get it twisted. Let's not act like Canelo isn't still capable of stopping the guy. Let's not act like he didn't stop Caleb Plant. Let's not act like he didn't wash Triple G. Let's not, in the third fight, let's not act like he didn't challenge Dimitri Bivol and didn't get knocked out, didn't get dropped, didn't get wobbled. He just was tripping that fight. You know what I mean? Laying on the ropes, getting tired, looking tired. I don't know what was going on in that fight. I don't know what happened in the training camp. I don't know if he overlooked Bivol. Like, I'm just about to take his straps and, you know what I mean? He should have challenged Archer Beterbiev. He ain't want none of that smoke. But anyway, man, we'll get into the skill set breakdown. You know, with all of that said, with all of that out the way, we'll get into the skill set breakdown, in which I have Canelo rated at a 92.19% overall. As you all know, the skill pillars are boxing form, physical capabilities / conditioning, intangibles, and strategy execution. Each of these skill pillars have multiple skill components that make up the skill pillar, and we'll focus on form right now. Boxing form I have rated at 97.50% for Canelo Alvarez. I give his boxing stance 100%. I give his proper footwork 95%. I give his hand positioning for defense and offensive attacks 98%. And I give his proper punch form 97%. We'll move on to Jermell Charlo. His boxing form I've rated at 93.50%. I give his boxing stance 98%. Proper footwork 90%. Hand positioning for defense and offensive attacks 94%. Proper punch form 92%. Right? 92%. We can debate that however way we want. Stay tuned for the Jermell Charlo video. Stay tuned for that. I will break down his skill set in detail. And if you want to hear the detail about Saul Canelo Alvarez's skill set, I've broken that down already in 2 parts, in which you could just look through my page video archive and find it and watch it for yourself and debate it there. We'll move on to the next skill pillar, which is physical capabilities / conditioning, which I have rated at 90.85% for Canelo Alvarez. I've given his stamina an 85%. I've given his endurance 100%. Given his overall strength 92%. Punching power 89%. Hand speed 88%. Foot speed 82%. Punch resistance 100%. Whereas with Jermell Charlo, I've rated his physical capabilities / conditioning skill pillar at an overall rating of 90.71%. I've given his stamina 92%, endurance 98%. Overall strength, 89%. Punching power, 89%. Hand speed, 84%. Foot speed, 86%. Punch resistance, 97%. Now with the hand speed, I already know there will be some questions and some anger that may come at me for rating Jermell Charlo's hand speed at an 84, but you have to understand the skill metric rating system that I use is all time. So I'm comparing his hand speed to the fastest guys in boxing history. You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't measure up pretty well to the fastest guys in boxing. It's 84 is a solid B. It's not even average. Average is a 75, 74. That's a C. Jermell Charlo does not have average hand speed. He has above average hand speed. Now, is it elite and just next level? Not at all. You know what I mean? If you put your feelings to the side, if you put the fanboyism to the side, if you get out of idolatry, if you get out of idolizing your favorite boxers and just look at it for what it is and measure your favorite boxer to every other great in their skill components, this will make sense. We'll move on to the next skill pillar for Saul Canelo Alvarez, Intangibles, in which I've rated overall at 91.75%. So I've given his head movement a rating of 94%. Anticipation/effective blocking, 92%. Effective combination punches, 84%. Counter punching, 97%. Put some respect on Canelo's name. Stop playing with this dude like he's not great. I know he's getting old. He's on his last legs. But I'm sure you will be tuning in September 30th. Showtime pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Canelo versus Charlo. You will be tuning in. So as much as you don't like Canelo, you'll still be tuning in. Whether you want to see him lose or whether you want to see him win, you're still going to watch the fight. That goes to show you that there is some type of greatness and skill that the guy has. You know what I mean? You don't get to this level without some type of skill. So miss me with, I'm overrating him. Miss me with all of that, man. He's Hall of Fame first ballot. Yeah, he's cherry-picked some fights. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's done some questionable things. He's done some questionable matchmaking. But at this level of prize fighting, who hasn't? I'll move on. We have Jermell Charlo's skill pillar of intangibles that I've rated at overall 90%. For I've given his head movement percentage of 88%. Anticipation/effective blocking, 95%. Effective combination punches, 87%. Counter punching ability, 90%. This is a fair analysis. It's just the way I see it. This is the proprietary data scientist of boxing rating skill metric system. AR the equalizer. It's unbiased, it's raw, it's real, it's fair. It's how I see it. I study this thing through and through, and I think I'm right. I think I'm correct. We'll move on to the next skill pillar, which is strategy execution for Saul Canelo Alvarez. I've given an overall rating of 88.66%, for I have his pace dictation skill set component at 91% pace dictation. Awareness of opponent strategy rated at 90%. I have his opponent weakness exploitation rated at 85%, a solid B. No, it's not 95, it's not 100. Canelo doesn't fully exploit weaknesses. He's good at it. I'm not saying that he's bad. I'm not saying that he's terrible. I'm not saying that he's average. I'm just saying that it's decent. Is it next level to exploit his opponent's weakness? No. He has great skill components in other departments, but when it comes to this, it's decent. Against so-so guys, he do his thing with them. He do what he wants. But against guys that offers resistance, there's no weakness exploitation. It's always nip and tuck, it's neck and neck. And a lot of times he's getting outboxed. So we'll move on to Jermell Charlo. Strategy, execution, skill pillar, overall rating, which I have rated higher than Canelo Alvarez at 93.66%. Shout out to Derek James. Shout out to Jermell Charlo's dedication to the sport and his extensive experience, for he has a pretty decent amateur background. Pace dictation, I've rated at 95%. Awareness of opponent strategy, 93%. Opponent weakness exploitation, 93%. Put some respect on Jermell Charlo's name. Put some respect on the undisputed champ at 154, moving up, challenging himself to super middleweight 168, stepping up to the plate to possibly knock Canelo Alvarez off of the throne and to take the reins of being the face of boxing. Now, that could be debated. Well, if Jermell Charlo beat Canelo, now I'm making the face of boxing because Tank the face, whatever. I mean, if Jermell Charlo wins in convincing fashion against Saul Canelo Alvarez, he makes a case to be the face of boxing. It just depends on how he carries himself, you know what I mean? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I think it matters how you carry yourself and how you treat media and everything. If Jermell Charlo can bring that together, you know, tone it down sometimes with media and, you know what I mean, and do his thing against Canelo, he could definitely be the face of boxing, especially when he's giving us quality fights back to back. You know what I'm saying? This is great for the sport, man. But comparing them head to head, you know what I mean? I've given Canelo Alvarez the edge in boxing form. They're about neck and neck with physical capabilities / conditioning. They're neck and neck. They're about equal there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Intangibles. You know, Canelo, I gave him a slight edge in intangibles over Jermell Charlo. It's not even wide margins either. You know, people would get mad for me even giving Canelo any type of edge over Jermell Charlo, because they're just so enamored with their favorite fighters. You know what I mean? And get so much in their feelings to where they can't hear anything objective and they can't be real. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of boxing, man. These boxers, I love them. You know what I mean? I respect them, but they go retire someday. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not gonna be boxing forever. So it's like I can't be holding on to one man's. You know what I mean? I can't be riding no man. I ain't with that. I don't go that way. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be objective as possible and real as possible. And who am I favoring to win this fight? I'm rocking with Charlo. I'm rooting for Jermell Charlo personally. I want to see him be great. You know what I mean? I want to see him undisputed in 2 different weight classes. And I want to see Canelo pass the baton because Canelo, he's on his way out. Feel me? You know what I'm saying? So intangibles, I've edged to Canelo. Not by much, but I've edged it. About 91% to 90%. I mean, that's still close. That's still about equal. But strategy execution, I give that to Jermell Charlo over Canelo Alvarez all day long. I feel as if Jermell Charlo has the better trainer, the better corner, and Derek James. You feel what I'm saying? He has a better system of preparation. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure they will be studying all type of film and they'll be on every trick and trade that Canelo's bringing to the ring. They'll be on all of it. And they will have something to counter everything that Canelo presents to Jermell Charlo, the undisputed champion at 154. Please put some respect on my name. Please put some respect on this YouTube channel for breaking this stuff down, for keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Skill to skill, skill for skill, I give Canelo the edge in experience. The edges that I'm giving to Canelo, skill to skill, is really based off of experience. You know what I mean? The intangibles, head movement and effective blocking and counter punching, that all comes with experience. Canelo has way more championship fights than Jermell Charlo. You know what I mean? Campaign in so many different weight classes. Like, come on, man, we have to get out the fanboyism and just call a spade a spade. Yes, Canelo, he's on his last legs, but the guy, he's still game. Nobody's just about to blow him out. He's still game. You still gotta respect him in that ring. You feel what I'm saying? Skill to skill, I've edged it to Canelo Alvarez. Skill to skill, I've edged it. But when it comes, y'all gotta hear me now, when it comes to strategy execution, Jermell Charlo all day long. And at the championship level, it's all about strategy execution because everybody got good form. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody is physically capable and well conditioned, especially in big fights. Hear me. Get the earwax out your ears. Get out your feelings and hear me. Intangibles, not everyone has great intangibles, but between two great pound for pound champs, best believe they got some good intangibles. But so with all of that, that's a stalemate. Those three components, those three skill pillars, if it's equal, that's a stalemate. It comes down to strategy execution. Who can execute their strategy the best? I get that to Jermell Charlo, and that's exactly what he needs to defeat Canelo Alvarez. September 30th, Las Vegas, Nevada, Showtime pay-per-view. It's going down. It's been real. If y'all enjoy the comment, if y'all enjoy the content, please comment. Please comment, like, share. It's been real. It's your boy AR the Equalizer. Until next time, we out.